Hello. This is, I stress, only a half defence of Huw Edwards, who yesterday was convicted of, well, you can read all about it. In the first place, there's a lot of hysteria about him not getting a custodial sentence. He got a 6-month suspended sentence with expenses, and he's got to attend a course to teach him how to not look at pictures of underage kids doing things they shouldn't be doing, or people doing things to there's a lot of outrage about him not getting any jail time, but his real punishment, what is his real punishment? He's a very well known face. Everywhere he goes now, people are going to be staring at him. I don't doubt that this mental problem he's had, is real to some extent, and if it was exaggerated, it won't be exaggerated for much longer, because his wife's left him. Him and his wife have split. So his real punishment is that wherever he goes, people are going to call him names, and he hasn't got much to look forward to if he stays in this country where he's well known, very well known. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, what did he actually do? He looked at pictures. That's all. He looked at pictures. So presumably the police officers and the lawyers who looked at the same pictures, they get a free pass, don't they? The authorities need to spend less time chasing easy targets like men, and very occasionally women, who look at these sort of pictures. And more time chasing down the people who produce them, which they've done. They've actually done some stellar work. A while back there was a massive ring cracked in Australia, producing horrible stuff. And a lot of this stuff is done in the Far East. So that's what they should be doing. And I will say, I don't think in this case, but I think in a lot of cases, the blokes who look at these, it's out of curiosity. Now, here's some advice for anyone who wants to look at obscene pictures of kids. Run the term "dead Palestinian children" through your search engine and follow the resulting links. Some quite horrible stuff comes up, far more horrible than any sexual abuse. I heard one daffy woman. She's being interviewed at length. She claimed to be sexually abused as a kid, but she didn't report it at the time because it never happened at the time. She runs a charity, and she said he should have got life. I mean, give me a break. So that's one thing. But the real defence, I would say, is this business with this. He was sending money to some underage kid. Well, no, not underage. Definitely not underage. 17-year-old. Not a minor in law. I mean, the age of consenting is 16. The police looked into this and they found there was no crime committed. He was sending money to this 17-year-old teenager in return for. I mean, I'm trying not to laugh. The kid sending him naked images. I mean, how many ways are there to display one's? It's £35,000 in all. I know a lot of people do it much less, consenting adults, but but I mean, this is pathetic. Now he's what, 62, 63 now. This didn't start till he was well over 50. I think with some blokes that they go off the rails for whatever reason. Michael Barrymore went off the rails, but he didn't do anything like this. You know, he decided he was a homo, then that he wasn't. I knew someone is dead now, because I know he's dead because I went to his funeral, but in later life he was drinking a lot, and his wife ended up divorcing him. His ex-wife actually, well, it was only about half a dozen of us mourning him. He was a good, very, very nice guy. I liked him, but in later life he went off the rails, and he was drinking a lot. So people do, women do it too. Like they get strange ideas in their head. They do stupid things. I mean, Frank Maloney, the boxing promoter, he had a sex change, for Christ's sake. So you know, people go off on the rails. Now, having said that, he was meant to have been very abusive around the BBC, and other people have claimed that he solicited stuff from them. But I mean, this 17-year-old, his 17-year-old's parents were angry at them, at Huw Edwards sending him money because he's a drug addict. Well, why not take the money and keep him locked in the house? I mean, it's I mean, it's ludicrous. Now, a while back I made a video about Prince Andrew called Prince Andrew Not Guilty. I'll put a link to it below. I'll also put a link to my Substack article on the Edwards case. This is an article published by The Sun, November 16th, 2019. This is the time Andrew was being pilloried for having sex with a 17-year-old, and that's what it was, consensual sex, if he had it at all, with this filthy, disgusting little prostitute, Victoria Roberts. Filthy, disgusting little prostitute and self-confessed sex trafficker, never let it be forgotten. One of Epstein's willing whores. I'll put a link to that as well, that video I made about that. This is sex payout, gay primary school teacher, 42, gets £700,000 after school wrongly sacked him over a threesome with teens he met on Grindr. This is a guy in Wales, like Hugh's Wales. I mean, they must think we're like shaggy sheep in Wales. A gay primary school head teacher sacked after a threesome with two 7-year-old boys. £700,000 compensation. Matthew Aplin, who is the head of Tywin Primary School in Sandfields, Port Talbot, has sexual activity with two teenagers at his home in August 2015. Governors of the school concerned about safeguarding issues held a meeting, and he was suspended, and then he was accused of behaviour bringing the school into disrepute, conduct incompatible with the role of the head teacher, both which seriously undermined the trust and confidence of the school and its head teacher. Well, I'll agree with that. And this sodomite, this corrupter of teenage youth, got 700 grand because these kids were overage and it was consensual, depraved but consensual. So if you hear a dog barking, that's outside. I've got no control of that. So I've got no sympathy for him. Well, he doesn't need sympathy. He's got 700 grand, but hopefully he'll find it difficult impossible to get another job in teen education, maybe adult education. But what Edwards did wasn't as bad because apparently there was no sexual contact. Anyway, that is my half defence of Huw Edwards. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point he does actually commit suicide. There's been talk about it, and if he does, there'll be a lot of people will be cheering, and others will be well, not cheering. I mean, I think it's just the whole thing is very sordid. I don't think people should be jailed for looking at pictures, but this sort of stuff can't be found on the regular internet, so it has to be it's available on I think the deep web. I mean, it isn't available readily because it's purged from YouTube and Twitter and places like that. So that does imply a certain amount of effort, if you like. Shared by WhatsApp. I've never used WhatsApp, and I don't know if I ever will after this. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I've no doubt some people will disagree, but I don't say I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but this is the guy has been punished, and he will. His real punishment is now as he gets on with his life. I wouldn't be surprised if occasionally he gets spat at in the street or people attack him or whatever. It's all very sad, really. Anyway, that's my thoughts on Huw Edwards, except to say, if you get urges to do anything like that with kids or with adults, don't.